Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome to the stream here at Reversal GG. I'm Sephiblack, and yeah, as you might have known, today Clive got released. He's not even there 24 hours, or people are grinding. You can see Clive everywhere. I played him since like 11 AM. Therefore, I could collect some information which can be helpful for understand this character. Clive is a bit untypical from the generic characters, or from every character, I would say. He doesn't have the typical 1-2 string, which jails and is safe. He just has like a 1-1, which is 10 frame, high. In -3, it's similar to a 1-2 string basically, but a bit different at the same time, because it doesn't have a follow-up like an attack. You can go into his stance with 4. This is his main stance he has, or his only stance basically. After a few moves he can do the transition. 1-1 is one of his moves. He has 1-2. It's like Mishima's 1-1-2. It doesn't give wall split, but it breaks the floor if you launch him someone. He has like a down forward 1, but the down forward 1 is not a typical 30 frame down forward 1. For example, people who have a 13 frame down for 1, when they do jab and down for 1, they win against 13 frame moves, because jab is +1, down for 1 is 13 frame, and they beat a lot of down for 13 frame counter tools. But if you do jab into down for 1, for example, with Clive, you will trade with 30 frame moves, but you will lose to 12 frame keepouts. So in some situations, the down for 1, which is 40 frame, is like, it's not as good as a keep out. For pressure, it can be good, it's still fine. The properties on hit are +4, on block are -3. It's okay overall. -3 is not as good, although +4 is nothing spectacular. It's like an average, below average down for 1. From the range, it's nothing great, but it has extensions. It has the extension with a mid, down for 1-4, usually used for combos in certain situations. It's also natural. Oops, let's see. But it goes further to down for 1-4-3, which leads him to this stance. This is also a stance probably. You can manually go with 3+4 into this. Speaking of down for 1, usually for combos, down forward 1-4-3 is good. So on the wall you can get a tornado for the last hit and extend the combo. Down for 1-4 +1 is nothing great, to be honest. On block it's also unsafe, but he has an alternative, is down for 1-2. As you can see, it's a -8, but the extension goes actually for down for 1-1. This is basically his 14 frame punish. Pretty juicy 14 frame wall splitter. You can use it as a 14 frame punish, as I said. But more important is his down for 1-2 into Phoenix. This is his wall carry basically that you need to use for wall carry situation. So you're basically using down for 1-2 as a wall carry. In my opinion, the strongest move of Clive, and what a lot of pro players do also say, is 4-1+2. Why is 4-1+2 a big problem? It's a 16 frame heat engager, mid, safe on block, -8, sword, so not parryable, which in general does also chip damage, around 5 chip damage, 16 frame, and safe heat engager. In heat itself, it's a launcher if you heat dash, and is basically a very well tracking move. So if Jin wants to sidewalk after a jab, it's not possible. It doesn't matter which side, left or right. So it's basically a homing, which does chip damage. -8 means it's safe. And around range 3, this first one even hits. So you have a move that beats so many things. This is one of his most, or his strongest moves in, one of the strongest moves overall in the game, because you are beating movement pretty easy with that. His other great tools are that he can use is 1+2, 13 frame heat engager, like we said. Also his Punisher for 13 frames. Has good range, safe. It leads to a lot of damage as in heat dash move as well. It's almost 50 damage. The move itself does 24 even. Crazy. Safe mid 30 frame. It's silly. Yeah. 2-2. 2-2-1. Otherwise, his other 15 frame keep out move, which is also super useful, is 4-2-2-2. Why 4-2-2-2? It's similar to 2-2-1, but it's a heat engager as well. This means when you heat dash, it's a full combo. And this makes this move so good. It's like a G-Clef 15 frame, which is also safe the first two ones, which launches. Yeah, if you want to commit for a countered tool in heat, or countered confirm something, for 2-2-2 into heat dash is like your countered launcher. It's like Law's back 1-2-2, basically. The last extensions are -13, so it's not that crucial overall. But yeah, this is also one of his best keep-out tools, especially when you have heat. Having a launcher like that is amazing. The other good keep-out is down back 1, I would say, because down back 1 is a homing, and if you press 1 at the right timing, it can do more damage than usually. If you press another 1 at the end, it does 5 more damage. It's a safe homing, 17 frames, kind of slow, high, unfortunately as well. But if it hits, it's a wall split. And on counter hit, it's even a launcher. So you got homing high, wall splitter, and on counter it's even a launcher. So pretty good. Okay, to his lows. The most important lows that you need in neutral are down 1. Down 1 has amazing properties. It's high crushing, -13 on block, and +2 on hit. On counter it doesn't matter. It's similar to Dragunov's down 2, but just pressing it with down 1. Yeah, and Victor, aka Lars' down back 4, which is a countered launcher. From standing here also has down foot 3 1+2. Down foot 3 1+2, or 1 basically. If you time your input correctly or properly, it can even do 42 damage. So it's even worth it to not just mash your inputs, so you can get more damage in this. But this is 29 frames, so seeable. Usually you go for this slow as in heat dash ender, like this, to do more damage. This is the highest damaging ender, I think. He also has a great keep out tool, which is 4-4-2. 4-4-2 is similar to down 1+2, but it has some good things compared to down 1+2. Maybe you have seen the bar below Clive's life bar. He can charge this bar by doing certain inputs like 1, 2, and 4 for 2. On hit and on block, it charges differently. The more you charge it, the stronger a certain attack will happen. If it's 5, you have access to a way stronger attack than the usual attack would be. Santetsuken. This attack, usually if you press 1+4, it doesn't do something crazy, right? If you have 2 bars, it does like 45 damage. If you have 5 bar, you can use this, for example, in combos. It will also affect the combo damage. But I show you the damage itself. $80 damage. So it's a single hit which does ton of damage if you have 5 bars. So it's worth it to look for moves during a match, so you can charge it, and then just press 1+4. Not press 1+4, but implement it in combos, because the damage is like crazy. Let's talk about his power crush. He has also a very fancy and special power crush. It has, I think, the best range for any power crush in the game. If we do 1 backdash, it will reach. If we do 2 backdashes, it will reach. I think even 3 backdashes are possible. We are on range 4. Let's try out this power crush. Like, it's a gigantic fist that somehow hits the opponent. And it's only -14. Which means, let's adjust the opponent that he should punish him. 1, 2, 3. Let's try this. It's -14. But since the pushback is like crazy, he's still so far away, there's not even pushback. He's still so far away, a lot of moves don't hit. So on certain ranges, using that move can be pretty helpful. The problem about that move is the range is not the best, the tracking is not the best. It can easily be stepped in both directions. And the recovery is also not that good. So you can easily get punished for that. But it does ton of damage. It does 30 damage as well. Back 1, back 2. Oh yeah. Also considered to be one of his best moves in the game of Clive, is back 2. Why back 2? Just a raw sword. Long range. Also has awesome tracking. 20 frames is a high, so duckable. But you can go into his Phoenix Shift. And he's plus 23. What does that mean? It means that he has some guaranteed follow-ups. For example, so you can get a wall break. Here for damage. For wall carry. For your bar. Like every follow-up of this stance has different purposes. Here, if you want to do wall splat or break the wall. If you want to break the floor. If you want to have a power crush and do the highest damage. This is a safe move or a safe option. This is for wall carry and continue to combo. This is for the bar. So Clive has for every follow-up has a certain intention. I forgot even he has a heat engage as well. From Stance. Which is also safe. Wall split. So pretty good options. Very good options actually. One of his also pressure moves, few pressure moves from distance or from close range is Rye running 2. I show you in the photo mode how far the range is. Like it started here. And I think I still hit Jin, yeah. It has many active frames. You can go back unfortunately. But you can see from where I started and when it hits the opponent. How many active frames does it have? It has 3 active frames. On block, while running 2 is on plus. Only +2. The real deal is if you go into stance, then you're +14 and can apply pressure. Or 50-50 basically. You have 2 options that are 15 frames fast. The 2 and the 4. The 2 is safe, the 4 is unsafe but not launch punishable. On countered you have a guaranteed follow-up as well. Even on max range you got 14 frames. Okay, then you got the while standing punish basically for wall split. Yeah, that's why if you want to use while running 2, it's more likely to recommend to go into his stance and apply like pressure or 50-50 like this with sweep or his other mix. One of his other heat engagers that I want to name, which is also a great whiff punisher, because maybe you think, okay, the range of down for 2 is not as good to whiff punish, is his Sidestep 2. His Sidestep 2 on the other hand has really good range and is a heat engager which launches. So if you want to whiff punish heat, in heat state you have better whiff punisher with Sidestep 2-1. Sidestep 2-1 itself is -15. Theoretically it's not that good, but luckily you can hit confirm Sidestep 2-1 pretty well. You have a few frames to confirm that. It's not that easy in the beginning, but with the right practice you can make it safe. Otherwise just Sidestep 2 is safe on block, so you don't risk anything. Next to Sidestep 2-1 he also has Sidestep 1+2. Sidestep 1+2 is a launcher, it's grounded and is plus on block. Pretty mighty move. Looks also mighty with his fist. But it's considered to be slow. 25 frames just to move itself without the sidestep, which means around, when you think about sidestep as well, around 30 frames if you want to take the total time of the move. But if someone is very passive and don't attack, Sidestep 1+2 is a good move to go. Let's talk about his heat moves. He gets access to a lot of new moves. One of the moves that I learned are 4-2-2 into charged 1. He doesn't have this 4-4 charged 1 move actually. But this move is a guard break. When I press 4-2-2 without heat, he doesn't do anything. But in heat, 4-4 charged 1 is a guard break. Or 4-4-2-2 is even a wall split in heat. Natural combo. Yeah, 4-2-1 is a wall split move as well. So he has 15 frame wall split mid-high. And 4-2-2 is safe. So he's mixing up a safe 15 frame move, mid-mid, and the mid-high. The mid-high is slower than the mid-mid, so you should be able to duck it. Down for 1-1-2 is a 40 frame string, mid, jails as a natural combo. It's -12 though. Only down for 1-1 doesn't exist without heat. Let me show you that. If you press down for 1-1, nothing happens. But in heat, down for 1-1 is a natural combo. And the third one makes it safe. But it wastes your heat basically. So this is one like pressure tool doing a lot of gray life. Yeah, look how much gray life you do to your opponent. We can even... It's 26 damage gray life. And he's blocking it. So quite annoying to deal with. You can even go into like Phoenix Shift plus 14. So you also got like a free mix-up basically. Yeah, you do ton of damage with that. But probably also useful for combos. Let's go to bigger plays. I can show you some common combos that you can go with Clive. When you launch someone with down for 2, you have these options. For wall carry, for example. 2-2. Down for 1-2 into stance, into 2-1 for wall carry. You also have this option. 2-2. 2-2 increases your bar. The other one is more for wall carry. These are the most common options or follow-ups that you do after a down for 2. It does 70 damage. It's pretty strong. If you want to have a higher damaging combo with no Oki, which is also more difficult, yeah, after down for 2, down back 1+2, into dash down for 1 for 3. It's pretty tight. You see I'm whiffing it as well. And then the 2. And this is like doing 81 damage. If you're like really for a lot of damage, then it's a good combo. If you want to extend your combo with heat burst, usually this is the way to go. Okay, now this was improvised, but after tornado you go for back 2 into heat burst. And then you can do back 2 into Phoenix Shift 2-1. The good thing here for practicing, I save it here, and then if I drop it again, you can go back to this point and don't need to repeat everything. This combo works. Your other launches that you have are Y setting 2. Y setting 2 is luckily not launch punishable. Down for 1-4, down back 1+2. What was that? The follow-up? Down for 1-2 to 1. Imagine you would have 5 bars. And you would do like I think this would do way more damage. 100 damage. Okay, maybe you're surprised how this is good. This can be good if we are on the wall. Imagine you're doing a wall split, right? And then this can be used as a wall combo. This is just one idea of how to use it. Like this flying stance can be useful for combos. Otherwise, it also has an inbuilt auto low parry. Let's say a Jin player is doing a low, like this, down 4. It's a launcher basically, with an inbuilt tornado. It's inbuilt tornado, so you can't extend your combo like that. You can activate it pretty fast, as you can see here. If you have a hard read and you don't want to low parry, you can go like this. What can he do besides of his laser beam that we've seen from our combos? It's a special mid, so you can basically duck or block it. You have also projectiles. Depending on when it hits, you got some plus frames. Plus 15 on max distance. But besides of that, you got also launcher, minus 15, but with pushback. So basically no one can launch it. That's definitely the case. This is something unique though with his parry. This parry also has 8 active frames, beating chainsaws, elbow, knees, and gives wall split and or charging your bars. Like pretty unique. Also, what is good for him is he has a parry. That avoids moves and any kind of moves, and when he avoids moves he has some guaranteed follow-up in most cases, depending on the recovery of the attack. This is for example for collecting points. This is for wall split or a raw knockdown move. 35 damage is also a ton of damage. Or if you want to prefer charging your bar, then you press 1+2. So it can be pretty useful, especially against situations or against characters who have chainsaws or other elbows or knees that usually you can't parry. Let's say Elisa. Let's say you want to avoid that attack. You can do this, it's no problem. This is something very special actually. You can even, let me check it out. You can evade these moves. And depending on the recovery, you can even launch it. This makes it even better. If you want to do it safely, you can just go for like press 2. And wall split him or punish him. If you see he did something like he used a move with the bad recovery, like this, you can even launch. It's punish. There are still things that people need to discover. But probably there are tags where people can block the follow. It's like time is freezing at that moment that she can't do anything. Man, Clive is crazy.